Hi, this is NativeNode. So NativeNode brings the concept of hosting your own applications, full stack applications. It could be a MERN or Mean or a LAMP stack app, and you can run it locally on your computer. And we have a router in the cloud that connects your local system to your audience. And a lot of things had to happen for this to come into existence. Your consumer grade laptop and desktop now meet or surpass even the global cloud solution providers offerings like AWS, Azure, DigitalOcean, and whatnot. So we have developed this for Mac and Windows. And if your Mac or Windows meets the system requirements, you can go ahead and download the app. And it's pretty low. So I think most people's machines will easily qualify. And I've been abusing my download limits a lot from my ISP, so I'm going to cancel this download and open the app. It's going to let me copy install to my applications folder. I'm going to find it now. There it is. And launching it. On some systems, it may prompt saying, hey, this is an external application. Do you want to still load it? Just go ahead and say yes. We're going to open source this application, so you'll be able to see all the lines of code and you'll be satisfied. And I'm going to use, you can either register for free or use a existing NIDM ecosystem ID, NIDM Orbit Scrunch. And when you log in, you will, and I'm going to be a psycho here and have it on bright mode instead of the dark. I want to flashbang everybody. Anyway, we're creating a new server. I'm going to very creatively name it App 1. And the server tags exist for us to be able to find it later. So either leave it blank or say something that will help you easily find this particular server among many others that you're going to host later. And you get the choice of all of these servers, and I'm choosing enterprise grade server here because I have a lot of RAM. I sold part of my friend's liver because I drink a lot and mine's already gone. Nobody buy it. So I'm going to go ahead and use a 24 gig server because I have 128 gigs of RAM on this laptop. And having chosen enterprise server, I then go ahead and click next and click to create the app server. Now this is all happening real time. I'm not speeding this video up in any way so that you get to see in raw form how long that takes. Meanwhile, we need a website to actually serve our audience. So I'm going to use Lovable here, which is a really good vibe coding application. Despite my best efforts, I'm not sponsored by them. And so I'm going to use, you can use OpenAI or any of your chosen AI provider to write out the content of this website. But I'm going to use NIDM's own. It's free for everybody for now. And you can go to app.nidm.ai and log in. And I am going to choose just the basic Llama Scout AI provider here. And this is something that I already written up. So I'm asking it, asking the AI to write the one-page content of a fictional hedge fund business called Beyond West. Because I just happen to have the domain name, so I thought I'll go with that. Yep, there we go. So it has given me the instructions to give to Lovable on creating this website. So copied that. I am in Lovable now. I'm pasting that here. And when I just hit enter, it goes ahead and starts creating this application. It's going to be fairly simple because it's just a static website that Lovable is creating. And this is the best part. You can use Lovable or V0 or Firebase Studio or any vibe coding platform of your choice and create this application. And while this is happening, let's go here. Yep, the app server that we asked NativeNode to create is now created. And we're going to hit start in a while. And there we have the network and domain section, the file system, deployment manager. So we're going to start it now. And this is again real time, folks. I want you to see how long it actually takes. I'm not speeding this up in any way. This is a free and open source application that you can install on your system and ask it to create whatever kind of a server that you want to host for your application. And you can then serve millions of people, and there's no limit. Your hardware is only limit. Yep, that's done. So you can see that it's running now, and the total CPU usage, RAM, and disk usage. Pretty straightforward. And when you click on that, you'll be able to see the same here for this particular server. And in network and domain section, you'll be able to see what ports are configured. Do you already have a public URL? Do you have your own domain name mapped to this? And in file system, you'll be able to see all of the files that are in the server right now. And you can upload anything you want here, and it'll be served to your audience. And the deployment manager, we can create a new website to be deployed in this particular server. And let's check up on, yeah, it's still going on. Right. So what you need to do is in whichever Vibe Studio you use, they would have a GitHub account option where the code that is produced in the Vibe Studio will be pushed to that particular GitHub account that you associated with your Vibe coding platform. And we need the public URL of that particular GitHub account and that particular project. So I think it's almost done. Yeah, once we have that, you can either do it that way, or you can just use the file system and just upload the files to the relevant folder, and it'll still serve your clients as long as you provision the port and the domain names here. Right. And we have extensive documentation on how to do all of these things, so you don't have to worry about that. You can refer it anytime you want. The NativeNode public URL, it's got a default port in it. What it'll do is just create a subdomain in our website for you. And if you want a fully branded, white labeled service that people don't know that you're using NativeNode, you can bring in any domain that you own already into this equation. We're almost done with the website here. Yeah, Lovable is taking an unusually long amount of time for a one-page website. Hey, I think there's a lot of vibe coders right now. And actually, that's the reason why we started NativeNode. It's been democratized now, and the barrier to entry has been lowered like crazy by the vibe coding platforms, V0, Lovable, Cursor, all these guys. And anybody can create any kind of application right now, as long as they keep tinkering at it. And yeah, so we are going to, once this is done, once the website is completed on Lovable's platform, we are going to push that code for the website to a GitHub account that we have associated with this Lovable account, so that Lovable, once it has created the website, need not end up hosting it for you. You can take it and go host it in Azure or DigitalOcean or NativeNode for free on your own laptop. So we are using the already associated GitHub account, and We click on the Connect GitHub button, and it is connected now. So every time you update something here, it'll also be pushed to your GitHub account. Yep, that's it. It's done. The website is fully complete, I guess. You can connect your GitHub account and transfer the project. Yep, it's done, and that's the public URL. We can do private URLs if you want. This is just a sample application, and you can see that it's all here. And you can just copy the URL of this project, which is public right now. Okay, it wasn't. We made it. Right. But you can also use the private one as long as you provide the credentials in NativeNode. We copied the URL of that GitHub project. We can, that's the credentials part. You can even host a private GitHub project here. Now, since this was public already, it's just going to pull all of the code of that project and stage it for you here. The port is pretty much pre-selected for you, and you don't need to be technical to understand any of this at all. If you are, that's great for you. Even if you aren't, that's the idea. We're trying to democratize the process of hosting your own applications for free forever. And yeah, that's a brilliant description right there. So you can even choose what kind of project this is and hit deploy. It's doing all of this by itself. You don't need to lift a finger, and you can see this log if you want, or if this is tripping you out, you can go ahead and close this. It doesn't need to be visible. It'll just do all of this. It'll install all of the dependencies. It'll start all of the necessary tech stack that your website needs to function, and help you serve your customers. And like I said, this is painfully slow, as you're watching it with me, but this is all real time. I just wanted you to have clear expectations. I wish there was some elevator music playing now. We're running all of the dependencies for this particular website that we created the description with Needham AI, and which is free, or you can do it with ChatGPT. And then we took it to Lovable. We asked it to create the website with the content that we gave it, which is a single page one. And then we pushed that finished website code to GitHub, and we copied and pasted the GitHub live URL, the GitHub public URL of that project here, and it is online now. When you click on Open Application, you'll be able to see that this is now running locally on your machine on the 8999 port. That's the full website right there. It's working. Sorry about the favicon. I haven't changed that. Can get around to it later. Lovable puts that in there. I guess it's part of their marketing plan. Right. So the website that you created in Lovable, hosted on GitHub, is now pulled into your current machine. Now you don't need any external dependencies at all. So you don't need Lovable. You don't need any of the platforms that you created the application in. You don't need even GitHub anymore. You can go ahead and delete that if you want. And this is the NativeNode public URL section where you can, the ports are pre-selected for you. And what you see here in the local URL, which is only visible and accessible in your local network, wherever you are, within your office or home where you have loaded this. Now, how do you take it to somebody who's on the other side of the world or even next door who are not part of your local network? You can go ahead and click Add Port. And once you do that, this locally hosted website will be available as a subdomain, a free subdomain in NativeNode.host website that we own. So when you click Go Public, what's happening is it's issuing certificates so that web browsers don't think it's spam or anything like that. Now, when you click on that, you can see that it's now accessible via a public URL. Now, you can go ahead and give this link to anybody, anywhere. They don't need to be part of your network. They can just see it as they see google.com or youtube.com. So this unique URL is for this particular project of the server of this user. Now, to fully brand your website so that people don't even know that you're using NativeNode, so beyondwest.com, like I said, is a domain that I already have handy, and I've already altered its A records, but you can do that later as well. So I'm going to use beyondwest.com, which is a domain name I already own. And the port is 8999 that we already pre-selected, and the same is going to get selected here. And when you hit proceed, it gives you instructions of what to do with your domain provider like GoDaddy or Network Solutions or anybody where you have your domain registered right now. But I have already done this step, so I can show you here that in GoDaddy, the A record that we asked to create is already done. So once that is done, when you hit verify, it will go ahead and check if the record is properly provisioned in the way that we had instructed. And once it says verified, you can then hit go public, where your domain name is now publicly accessible, and it will point to the website that is hosted in NativeNode on your machine. And that's it. You are now serving your end customers with your website fully branded to you. This does not involve AWS or Azure or DigitalOcean or anybody at all. It is running from your computer. So we don't have a server. We only have a router, which just routes traffic to and from your website to your end customers. And I'm going to quickly show on my iPhone where I have a psychotic amount of tabs open in my Chrome. So we're going to type in beyondwest.com. And you'll see that we have LTE as the internet provider for my iPhone, and it was still able to pick up the website. That's because it's now publicly accessible to anybody on the internet, and we didn't have to pay a penny to any cloud provider. So yeah, and when we stop it, you'll be able to see that when you refresh it now, it gives you this message. By the time that you see this video, I would have probably already stopped this example implementation, but just know that you can deploy any kind of full stack application on your local computer, and with NativeNode, it can now serve thousands or millions of your customers. The only stopping point, your bottleneck, is your own hardware. And as and when you keep upgrading it, you'll be able to serve more and more people. And so we have pro plans for faster access and unlimited access to your customers from your content on your local machine. But if you're starting out as a startup, you will not end up paying anything at all, actually. And you can have your website hosted completely for free with NativeNode. And yeah, that's no, this is going to disrupt a lot of cloud providers, data centers, and people who demand a whole lot of your money every month. Now what's going to happen is, just with about 3 to 4 months of your cloud provider fees, you'll be able to buy a decent machine that will also become your or your company's asset in the long run, and you would have slashed your cloud or hosting provider fees by 100%, if you're not experiencing too much traffic, and at least 90% even if you're running a proper startup and serving hundreds of thousands of or even millions of customers. And you only pay for the traffic. You don't pay for the hosting. This is a brand new model that has not been implemented as far as I could research. And I hope you get to experience this for the first time, hosting it with hosting your entire fully finished mean or MERN or LAMP website on your laptop or desktop for free, just using a GUI. Absolutely no coding necessary. Yeah. So I think I saw this somewhere. It was said that startups end up exhausting their hosting. The budget for hosting before they find customers. So we are trying to solve a very important problem, that there are a lot of vibe coders that are coming into the scene, creating anything from a static site to monstrously sophisticated full stack applications. All of that can now be hosted on your own computer, and you never have to worry about hosting fees at all in your life. That's the whole aim of NativeNode. So yeah, welcome to the family. Good luck.